They're Britain's most run-down abandoned buildings.
All we've done was bought a building and turned it into a mess.
From crumbling historic relics to industrial landmarks on the verge of collapse.
You can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs.
But across the country, brave and ambitious home builders
Careful where I swing.
are taking matters
Let's go!
and tools into their own hands
Are we completely mad doing this?
to rescue
What have I done?
and transform these derelict properties.
Perhaps a cliche to feel the hand of history on your shoulder, but kind of do.
Taking on such neglected places
The roof leak was woodworm in 95% of the wood.
is fraught with risks,
Easy.
There's no point worrying about something you can't do anything about.
with the tightest deadlines
We'll be in for Christmas. Don't ask me which Christmas.
and even tighter budgets.
We will have completely emptied every bit of savings we have.
These are the families gambling everything
This is the human side of taking on a task like this.
for a new life in a stunning new home.
It's all in your mind and your wallet.
And they're both empty.
And when this comes down, I'll be happy.
I'm slightly concerned it's holding up a bit of the roof.
Intrepid couple Jock and Shirley are about to take on a building so wrecked
I can't walk in here without falling over.
it would send most sane folk running for the hills.
This will be our entranceway. We're going to be coming through this side because our garage and everything will be over in this area. And so this will all be just an entranceway with glass that way so we can enjoy our garden on that side.
Jock and Shirley have spent more than 2 years looking for the perfect family home in this quiet corner of West Yorkshire, on the outskirts of Halifax. And by perfect family home, I mean, of course, a dilapidated pile of stones once used to house farm animals.
I don't know what this is sticking out of the floor,
I
but
have no idea.
Having no luck, they were about to throw in the towel when Jock adopted an unorthodox method of searching from above.
I mean, this is how we found it. We were looking at this road and we didn't know any of this existed. Do you remember we walked up there and had a sneaky peek?
Yeah, that's right.
This place is huge. And why just have one barn when you can have 5?
Here we go. Ooh.
So it's a collection of buildings put together. It's a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but we love it.
That beam there is not in line with that one over there.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
That one's like that.
It's quite narrow for your bed. Just stand there, because your arm width is the width of a bed.
Jock and Shirley are full-time church pastors.
I love that we've got cobbles here.
And they'll need a miracle to transform this crumbling ruin into a heavenly haven for themselves, son Hero and daughter Bella.
What we really hope to achieve is, you know, a great family home where our kids are going to grow up, our kids are going to want to bring their friends over, just make it a place where other people can come and enjoy it as well.
Well, that's bedroom up there.
That must have been the door into the house.
I know, yeah, exciting. I love his little tiny door here, it's so cute.
I think that was intended for the farm animals, Shirley.
Should we go through?
Having been brought up in Peru, Shirley's bringing her global vision to this Yorkshire build.
I think just growing up in South America, I'd seen a lot of buildings go up, and actually they're all very different over there. And so I've always grown up just loving things that are different, and we could have gone for a new build. And so I kept sowing the seed of, well, or we could build. And he kept saying, or we could buy. And I kept saying, or we could build.
I do love a woman with ambition. And Jock is milking the original features for all they're worth.
This is where the cows were. Used to keep the calves in here, and that was full of cows when we first came. We've got these great trusses. We're basically trying to fit the bedrooms in between where the trusses go. You know, the constraints actually lead to fresh creativity rather than just having a blank canvas to work from. You've got some constraints that you have to get creative around.
Yeah.
Shirley and Jock can already visualise their little slice of Yorkshire paradise, if they squint.
This barn has to come down as part of the planning permission. But that's great because it'll just open up all these views to us. So we really want to maximise those views.
Built in the 1890s from local sandstone, this barn was a shelter for cows from the biting Yorkshire weather and a storage place for the provisions needed to feed them. A vast steel pole barn, a more recent addition, provided further space for livestock. With the previous tenants put out to pasture, Jock and Shirley intend to transform these crumbling barns into a stunning modern home. The pole barn will be demolished. And inside, the main barn will be converted into a two-storey structure with a guest bedroom, utility room, dining area and study on the ground floor. And a full-height glass window will replace the existing doorway. Upstairs, access between the 3 bedrooms and dressing room with ensuite will be made by boldly cutting gaps through the barn's ancient wooden tie beams, which will be kept as exposed features built into the walls. The master bedroom will lead out onto another innovation, a private sun terrace. And the barn at the front will be converted into a spacious living room, illuminated by 4 roof lights. The back barn will be transformed into a sensational kitchen dining area with a cosy mezzanine snug for the kids to make their own. The perfect open-plan living area for the whole family to come together in one space. And with sliding glass doors facing out onto a patio and the magnificent countryside beyond, this epic new home won't be short of spectacular views. Sounds simple enough, eh? But for now, it's back to reality.
Get the decks clear, and then we'll be able to get started properly. But it's really important to get everything out so you can see what you're dealing with.
Yeah, just give it a quick sweep, Jock. That will make the world of difference. Although it might be time to put down your broom and pick up your wallet.
We're attempting to do it with about 50% of what people are recommending. It does make me nervous. There's always going to be those hidden things, but we'll just have to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Fighting talk for a bloke who's just said he's trying to build a house for half the price. But their tighter-than-tight budget means Jock is going to be getting his hands dirty most evenings and weekends.
Might as well get rid of it.
To reduce their labour budget. And complete the build in just 13 months.
Potentially, we could be in for next Christmas, but that would be really good.
I mean, our builder is ready. It's just us going back to planning and saying, can we tweak a few things inside? So hopefully they'll come back and say, sure, because it's not a lot that we're tweaking, I don't think, but we'll see.
It's not what you think, though, is it? It's what the planner.
It's what they think. It's true.
And I, for one, share in Shirley's optimism that planning permission will be a breeze.
We're still waiting for planning decision. Supposed to be here this week. Not a sausage.
Maybe not.
Just clearing out, doing what we can in the meantime.
But 2 weeks later, and still without the green light from planning, they're off. And the first major demolition is underway, with Jock's good friend Michael, who seems to be very much of the school of hit it and hope demolition.
Michael, that light did work. They've obviously cut it because there was another one over there. So I don't know if that means there's still power to it.
It's like playing a giant game of hit the piñata, but without the sweets.
So I think it's this that's holding everything up.
Oops, steady on, Jock.
Nearly went.
Thankfully, the arrival of Shirley, Hero and Bella and their adorable Pomeranian are a temporary distraction.
This is Cusco. Just saying hello, aren't you? Very badly behaved dog, but very cute. Can't take this down. It's pretty, like, wobbly.
The entire operation is looking pretty wobbly to me, Jock. At least Hero's visit to site gives Jock the opportunity to pass on some of his well-honed construction wisdom.
You can try and whack that off there with that. Ah, finally.
The day ends without any serious injuries. Miraculously.
Yeah, it's gone pretty smooth. Let's hope every day on site goes as smoothly as this.
Over the next few weeks, there's lots more clearing, some more careful child-led demolition.
Sure the wall doesn't go with the...
Yeah, I think stop doing that now.
More waiting.
Still no planning, still no builder.
And the occasional hiccup.
You need to find the digger. The digger's broken. The wheel popped off.
This is a pain. Kind of stops play. We've only got it today. It's a couple of hours of the day left. No, I can't move it. Ah, frustration. Okay, but how are we supposed to proceed from that point then?
But it's when the planning department finally make their decision.
And can we appeal that?
That the wheels really do fall off.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Okay, basically, they've said no to everything, the whole lot. The layout, the windows, like every opening, just across the board said no to everything.
It's a massive setback, but it's not today's only bombshell.
Yeah, I thought you might say that. I'm not sure where we'll go from here, but all right, cheers now. See ya. Builder, for a whole variety of reasons, he can't do the project, and he's the one that we sort of priced it all up with, and he's unbelievably competitive in his pricing. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. We're back to square one. Good job of springs in the seats.
In the village of Bradshaw in West Yorkshire, Jock's got a spring in his step because the planners have finally signed off on most of his build.
Get in. That is brilliant news.
Pretty much all yours, Dave.
And better still, he's found reliable replacement builders in chipper duo Jeff and Dave.
Absolutely perfect, that.
Who get straight to work on the roof.
Lovely jubbly. That's very nice, yeah.
Jock was looking for a new builder who'd had some bad luck with his existing builder.
So we've sort of come in to help Jock out and do what we can for him.
A couple of full-ins down there, dude. Another few inches. Perfect. It's all right then, dude. Same thing. We'll get the first tack in.
These savvy Yorkshire lads are a saving grace, in more ways than one.
To replace this whole roof with new slate would be around £40,000. So he's saving all that money. We don't like to spend money. We like to reuse, recycle. So we're going to reuse all of the slate if we can.
Jeff and Dave are off to a flying start.
The wall's been there 130 years. It doesn't seem to make a great deal of sense to need to bring it down now.
Meanwhile, Jock has hit a bit of a brick wall.
So there's no way around that, basically. Okay, so I've just had confirmation that we are going to have to drop the front wall.
The existing wall needs rebuilding 2 metres away from the curb, so drivers leaving the property have an unobstructed view of the road.
The farmer's been bringing vehicles in and out of there constantly, but now because we want to bring our cars in and out of it, apparently the sight line isn't good enough. Just seems outrageous, really. But it's not their money, is it? Deeply frustrating, but hey, if it means we have to lose that battle to win the war, so be it.
The new wall will take time and money, and with the budget already out on a limb, Jock's suddenly sucker-punched by a new, entirely self-inflicted problem. The new skylights.
Yes.
The ones that you've ordered, I don't think we're going to get them to fit in.
Okay.
It's going to end up too close to the exterior wall.
So that is 100. Yeah, that's not going to fit. Even the smaller ones aren't going to fit. What I've neglected to notice is the position of the purlins in the roof. You need room either side. And basically, they won't fit in. They're too big without re-engineering the roof itself. So I'm all for, a challenge, but let's not re-engineer the roof.
Remember, measure twice, cut once, Jock. It's time to break the news of his rookie error to Shirley.
Oh, hello.
All right, we've had, latest little challenge. You know those lovely Velux windows that we ordered and have now arrived?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't fit.
They don't fit what?
The roof, they're too big. Maybe I should have measured that. It's good that I have a wife that laughs at the potential problems and challenges, but they're just, you don't sign up for doing something like this if you're not expecting some problems and challenges. Sometimes they're outside of your control, and sometimes they're entirely of your own making. What I think I should start doing is measuring things before I buy them.
He's getting the hang of this.
I don't know if you've thought of that.
Buying's the fun part, right?
Just measure stuff before you order it.
What size are your shoes and do they fit?
Through the summer, and with Jock's newly acquired tape measure, the team merrily crack on.
I'll do. All right, this is a monumentous occasion. We're stopping, taking things out, and we're actually putting things in. Here's Luke. The first block. There it is. Of many.
The recycled roof tiles go back on.
Look at the size of these tiles here. Jeff lifts these with one hand. No problem.
And at last, the right-sized windows are put in.
It's amazing what a difference that bit of light makes. The first thing that's probably gone in that actually makes it feel like a house as well, rather than a cow barn.
But come September, financial realities are starting to bite.
It's looking a bit iffy at the minute, which is a bit of a concern because our budget is so tight, and it does look like we're going over it, which is money that we don't have, to be honest.
To make matters worse, the removal of the kitchen barn roof is revealing serious issues with the walls beneath.
When the roofs come up, it's amazing how much of the wall has started to come away. We're just going to drop these walls because they're just falling apart, to be honest. Watch your step.
Having to knock down the entire kitchen barn is a huge and unexpected blow.
I try to focus on the views, and that sort of brings me joy, more joy than looking at the ruin.
You just keep looking the other way, Shirley. The extra time and labour for the rebuild are ruinous for their meagre budget. And costs are spiralling.
Everything has doubled. Prices doubled for materials, prices doubled for labour, prices doubled for everything. So our budget, which was going along really nicely, just sort of kind of shot up.
So I think the plan is get the digger.
Yeah.
Just give it a little bit of persuasion.
No, I don't think I'll need much persuasion.
But at least Jock and Shirley have front row seats for the barn demolition finale.
Right, I think Dave's ready to press the knock-down button.
There she goes.
Made short work of that, David.
Get the footings dug and concreted, and then next week it'll be on its way back up in the right direction. A bit firmer than what it was before, not just as bendy.
Yeah, a bit straighter.
Yeah, but I ain't promising all.
No.
It's progress. And the positive vibe extends to the front of the house, where the new front wall, which had to be rebuilt further back, is standing tall.
I think this is the first new wall that's been built in the house, which is amazing. So there it is. Lovely.
Moving the wall has lost them some space, but it's had a surprisingly happy consequence.
So before, that was going to be our lounge through there. But then obviously with planning, that wall had to come back in, and it's obviously come in 2 meters. And so the study originally was going to be on this side. And what we realised was actually if we lose the wall there, we can have our whole lounge here looking out towards all the views.
So moving the wall back from the edge of the road means they'll now swap their lounge to be at the back. It'll be bigger and with better views. And we know Shirley is all about her views.
Though we didn't want it, it's actually worked out better. So thank you, planning.
It's an unexpected silver lining. But this build still has a long way to go.
I do have these moments where we go, wow, we spent all this time and all this money, and it looks worse than when we started. I do like a digger day. It's not raining, that's good.
In West Yorkshire, autumn sees plenty of much-needed progress at Bradshaw Barn. The floor
Looking good.
And steels are going in the main building. And the crew are battling to make it all watertight, come rain or shine.
On a day like this, I mean, look at these views. More wood, more screwing, more drilling, more cutting. Never ending.
But as winter arrives, and with it, their original moving-in date, it's a more bleak house than grand designs on site.
It is so cold. I mean, it was so cold the other day, I couldn't even charge up my batteries for my drill.
Moving in, even by April, is now looking hopelessly optimistic.
I screwed that in the wrong end. I screwed it in the wrong end.
Because until this place is fully watertight, Jock can't access the next instalment of his self-billed mortgage.
I haven't even got a roof, but I've got a very expensive hole for my dog to come in and out of.
Oh, lovely. Spring arrives in Yorkshire.
Nice bit of bolt work.
And Jock has scraped just enough cash together
Toilets up there at the back. Yeah.
to get his dream team back in.
If you climb up, okay, I'll be slightly impressed.
But despite the progress, Mother Nature has done a number on them.
Fortunately, we've had a storm, and all this block work here is the gable end. It was up there. It's blown down.
Their revised April deadline comes and goes. But the windows are going in and the roof is going on.
It's all about the angle, isn't it, Dave?
It's all about the angle.
Finally making their barn watertight, which releases the next stage of funding.
Other way around. Flip it over.
But is the cash injection enough to get them over the line? It might be time for some crisis talks at Bradshaw Barn.
We've got the funding through, but unfortunately, it's not going to get us very far. So we're at a kind of critical stage. Do we just give the keys back to the mortgage company? Yeah, it's just very difficult to steer through this moment. But we've kind of feel like we're still going. We're still trying to come up with creative solutions.
And without enough money to pay proper builders...
Sam is very flexible. Very good with that driver, isn't he?
Jock's hired a member of his church congregation to help out.
All in, yeah. Nice, that.
Student Sam.
Joiner came up and he was like, so were you a joiner? I was like, definitely not.
He has no idea what he's doing, let's be honest, but he's a hard worker and he's willing to learn, so yeah, don't tell him I said that.
We won't. The DIY duo's next job should, in all honesty, be left to real professionals.
These beams have been here probably well over 150 years. What these tie beams are doing is they are stopping the walls basically coming apart under the weight of the roof. So as the weight of the roof comes down, it would force the walls apart. This tie beam is holding that together.
Right, so as regards the structural integrity of the entire building, they're quite important. Naturally, Jock wants to saw through them to create doorways between his bedrooms.
So the idea is I'm going to cut through this. The weight will then transfer through into these steels and into the steel below me, and nothing will go wrong, and everything will go perfectly fine. And I'm incredibly nervous. So you think about all the weight that's on that roof, this is holding it, and we're about to cut through it.
No biggie, then.
Here we go, be brave. What did you do today? I sliced through 150 years of history. It's starting to pull apart a little bit, but the steels still haven't moved, but last little bit to cut through, and then we'll really see what happens. There's 1 centimetre of wood holding this whole thing together. Deep breath, everybody. What were we worried about? Let's all go have a lie down. Woo!
You and me both, Jock. And with the apprentice's apprentice, Sam, working on the second beam...
Bloody hell, that is ferocious.
Jock's finally making progress.
It should start to feel like, yeah, like this is somewhere we could live, you know, rather than somewhere we go to get dusty and tired.
The whole family's mucking in.
Okay, the next 40 is literally next to this.
And you just got to keep telling yourself it'll all be worth it, because we're absolutely knackered, to be honest.
By October, Jock's still dusty and very, very tired. He's keeping going, but only just. What began as a labour of love is now just hard labour, and he's not loving it.
You just go on to the next thing, and then that next thing takes months. But the problem is I don't have months now. I need to get in.
It has taken an emotional toll. Because he's just like, I'm only just holding it together, Shirley. And I'm like, okay. And the thing is, we don't just have this, we also have work, and we have family, we have friends who haven't seen for so long. I think some of our friends are like, are we still friends?
Fortunately, the couple's eternal optimism is keeping hope alive.
Why do this? But then you look at it and you look how far you've come. And you remember the day when you were shoveling cow poo out of here, and you think, no, actually, all I need is plastering now here in this particular building, and then we're kind of nearly there.
But there's one feature which Shirley wishes Jock hadn't worked quite so hard on.
I don't particularly like beams. I just think spider webs. Feels a bit hodgepodgey to me, but he loves it. And because he loves it, it's here. I'm like, babe, I like straight lines, and he just sees the beauty in how it is. It goes down. It goes down, look at it. It just looks like the house is falling down.
I wouldn't joke about that if I were you.
And you know what? He's worked so hard. I'm like, sure, keep it if it makes you that happy. It's marriage, isn't it? Compromise.
Shelley's advice for this would be just cover everything up. Just make it all pristine and white, square off every corner, and don't really expose any stone or anything, which, you know, marriage is about compromise. So, you know, I compromise and she gets her way. That's kind of how we work. The problem is she's generally right. So, just takes me a little while to own that.
But there's one thing this couple do wholeheartedly agree on: wanting to move in here as soon as possible.
We'd love to get in for Christmas. You know, we're paying rent and a mortgage at the moment. It's not really sustainable. When we sit in by Christmas, we're just like, let's get in. It might be a bit like camping. Do it right, not fast. Okay.
They're so close to the finish line, but 2 years of hard graft is taking its toll.
Probably feel a little bit numb right now about it all, to be perfectly honest. All we're doing is pressing forward to get it done, get it done, get it done. So there's no time to dream, there's no time to sort of go, how amazing this is. With the 9-week pressure, I think my mind just goes to everything else we need to do.
Christmas feels a long way away, but when it starts to tick into October and November, you realise it's really close. So we're going to go for it, that's the aim. You know, we just want to get in now.
It's looking more and more like a lounge anyway.
In West Yorkshire, Jock and Shirley are hitting more and more major milestones.
Oh, look, our first gutters are outside. We have gutters.
And that's just as well.
We literally just plastered the last wall yesterday, so just in time.
Because their third moving-in deadline of this Christmas is now fast approaching.
Doing a great job, buddy. Well done.
Son Hero and daughter Bella are chipping in to get the barn shipshape as the big day creeps ever nearer.
We're basically just trying to get ready to move into the house on Friday, but obviously the full house won't be ready by then.
But with Christmas just 3 days away...
Bit narrow. Tomorrow.
Shirley's determined to deck the halls.
Okay.
Even though the hall, lounge and in fact most of the house still isn't finished.
Put this tree up. It's taken a lot longer than we thought, and our kids are just desperate to come out. They're teenagers now. They weren't teenagers when we started, so we just want for them at least to have some sort of normality back.
It's been a long time in the waiting, moving in, and I only found out like last week we could move in this week. So it's pretty crazy, but it's really good that we get to move in.
How does that look, Boo?
Great.
Great. Right, bubbles on.
Okay, can I put the star on now? Oh my gosh.
Yes,
no,
you can put the star on.
There's more.
I've got 2 more and that's it, then I'm done.
There we go, look at that, beautiful.
Woo!
I did amazing.
Follow instruction well.
No, it's all me.
It's all you.
It's all me.
It's all you.
All me.
Oh, it really finishes the place off. 3 days later, it's a Christmas miracle.
Hero doing his thing.
Oh, okay.
But the work never stops, not even for Christmas.
Oh,
and over the next year...
That's it, I'm done.
somehow, they move heaven and earth to finally complete the mother of all barn conversions. It's taken more than 3 years, but Jock and Shirley have finally done it. And what a result.
The house has an amazing sense of peace and calm about it, which is very different to what it was building it.
I remember walking in here and it was just cow muck, cow sheds, and now you walk through it and you're like, wow, this is exactly what we envisioned.
It's been longer than we thought, but we've made it.
It's a joyful place to enter now, so it's really beautiful coming into the house.
OK, so this is what 3 years of hard work looks like.
We did it.
Their dogged persistence has paid off.
Come on.
These once dark and dingy buildings are now flooded with light. And against all odds, Jock and Shirley have transformed these derelict barns into a unique, stunning home.
It's been hard, honestly. It's been a struggle.
Yeah.
And I don't think we went into it expecting it to be easy, but I think I didn't fully account the scale and size of it.
But together, they've created the perfect mix of elegance and boho chic.
I think because I grew up in Peru, and then we grew up here and then up into Yorkshire, I think I just brought a little bit of all the elements of all those things into this house. Obviously in Peru you see a lot of handcrafted things, so you see a lot of handcrafted things in my house, but also I love really modern things. So we've just gone for a bit of a modern, bohemian, I don't know what you'd call it. What would you call it?
I don't call it anything because I know nothing about these things. I build spaces, I can imagine spaces, and then I just rely on Shirl making them look good.
This is my favorite room, the kitchen. I love it because we always wanted something open plan, something that was going to be really sociable and that people could come and just enjoy. And I really wanted this to be more modern. See, this is literally what I wanted, like exactly what I was imagining. I didn't really want to cook here, but I also was like, but that means I don't get to see the views. So we decided we'd make a mirror splashback, then we'll get to have the best of both worlds.
And who wouldn't want to dine out on views like these, spanning across the Calderdale Valley and beyond?
The sky's my favourite part because it's just an ever-changing canvas. It's never the same. Classic British weather, you know, you can have all seasons in one day. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Up above, the stylish mezzanine, designed as an extra guest room, adds another level to this uber-modern space. But it's at the front of the house where the past is much more present.
We love this. This is the original barn door from the front of the building, and we had it sandblasted, and then I waxed it and managed to use it in this space. And it's great because it separates the new part of the building from the old part of the building.
This is basically like the chill zone, isn't it, of the house?
Lounging.
And originally we were going to have it in the front barn, but obviously with planning making us bring that back 2 meters, we ended up having to rearrange everything, which actually we're really glad about.
Yeah, it's a great space.
Yeah.
The coffee table is built from the tie beams that we cut out of the roof trusses upstairs, and this little side table is also built from some joists that we took out. So again, keeping some of that character, but in a different way.
He was always nervous when you built these, weren't you? You were like, I don't know if I'm going to take my weight.
I'm going right round.
Oh, no, don't, babe.
The rustic vibe continues upstairs to their stylish but cosy master bedroom, a firm nod to the building's heritage.
This is the beams that I did not want you to keep, remember? I wanted you to plaster them, but actually they're one of my favorite features now. Before they were plastered, they just looked really messy and really uneven, but I was wrong. I'm okay to admit that, I was wrong.
There's a first for everything, Shirley. But I think Jock was right on this one.
Yeah, really pleased with this whole space, really.
Yeah.
We really wanted this to feel like a little bit of a sort of mini hotel suite sort of vibe. Because we could have partitioned it up into lots of smaller rooms, but we just love it.
A sumptuous dressing room completes the boutique hotel vibe. But designing a family-friendly home has always been at the heart of their ambition. Bella was 12 and Hero just 11 when work began 3 years ago. So, what did the teenagers think?
When our parents first bought this place, I think it's fair to say we thought they were a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
But my mum said she had a vision for it, so we just had to trust her on that.
Seeing where it started and where we've ended up has been amazing, especially with like all the windows and stuff. It looks so modern compared to how it did. So yeah, I'm genuinely impressed by what they've managed to do here.
Jock and Shirley have spent years creating a home that is beyond beautiful. But at what cost?
We've managed to finish the build about 50% over budget, which sounds a lot, and it was a lot more than we expected. But we're just really grateful we've been able to finish it, because there was points where we thought, I don't even think we're gonna get through to the end and live in this.
It might have cost a pretty penny, but they've achieved exactly what they set out to do. Built a home that's warm and welcoming, where Shirley can cook up a delicious Peruvian feast for her siblings.
So the whole time we're cooking, what's really nice about this is that we can see all the views out there, which are great.
And little brother Mo has come early to lend a hand.
I am like a messy cook. Fast and messy is what I say, just get it done.
When Jock and Shirley first showed me the barn here, and it was dilapidated state, we were like, great! But it turned out fantastic at the end, didn't it?
It certainly did.
Who's hungry?
Please.
And it's a house that's destined to be filled with love and laughter.
Come sit down, Leo, come sit down.
You can run that side. Here we are.
It literally is the perfect house for family get-togethers. They are so positive, and their mindset is just like, we'll just get it done. There is a way. We'll find a way.
After 3 long years, there's plenty to celebrate.
Well, thank you, everybody, for all your help. We did it. We're here. We are in. We've overcome the challenges.
Come on, cheers.
Cheers.
Well done,
Cheers.
everybody. Thank you for all your help.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
It's been a baptism of fire, but together, Jock and Shirley have built their own heavenly home.
Shirley's amazing. I don't think she's daunted by anything. I couldn't have done this without her. We had to be a team on it.
Man. I'm really proud of him. He's incredible. Yeah, he's got a resilience for sure.
So what's the secret of their success?
We've been married 20 years now. We've been married 20 years. Well done, everybody. But it's a case of you learn that she's right.
I'll drink to that.